Hey, this is WTFSutter shooting this from my home office with an iPhone, so the quality will be as shitty as it always is. Um, Sorry for the late delivery of this. Wasn't around, or actually, I just really didn't feel like fucking doing it after Thanksgiving. So, but I wanted to do it before the finale tonight. The first part, Act One of 2B, and I'll let you draw whatever pretentious conclusions you want from the title of the episode. Our question, first question, is from Allison Knipe, Knipe, and she says, she asks, were you ever going to introduce Clay's family? Does he have any children of his own? It's interesting. We may, I've always kind of focused on, I've always focused on, obviously, Gemma's family. In the original pilot, I actually, or the original conceit of the show, Clay had a daughter. I was sort of working with the more traditional Ophelia dynamic, and Jax did have a stepdaughter Jax did have a stepsister who was actually in love with him, and that ultimately got tossed, and we focused more on the relationship with Tara. But I think, at some point, I think it would be interesting to perhaps see a brother of Clay, or a sister for that matter, and get a little bit more backstory in terms of who, where he comes from, and the people that have impacted who he is as a man. So, yes, I'm definitely open to that possibility. Our next question. These are actually questions. I went back to the first. These are the first round of questions that came in. This is from Stephanie Bennett, and Stephanie asks, "Will we ever see Wendy again?" Yes. One more question. This is from Jacqueline from England. Jacqueline staying vague. Is it likely that new cast members will be added rather than just guests? Are you staying with the core group? That's a good question. We have our core group of series regulars that you see in the opening credits each week. My sense is that we will not be adding any more series regulars. Quite honestly, it really comes down to a matter of production costs. We make deals with these series regulars, and we have options on them, and and as the show increases every season, as it should be, the talent involved with the show makes more money, and that goes across the line, above the line, in terms of actors and writers and producers, and and everybody gets a bit of a bump. And as the show progresses and you get into season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, obviously the above the line costs for the show grow increasingly more expensive. So that's really why you very rarely see, or my experience is that you don't see a lot of series regulars added later on in the run of a show, and I think that will be the case for Sons too. I don't think that will happen. But we doesn't mean we don't keep guest stars around for more than one season. We have some great guest stars on the show. I was very impressed with the work that Rockman Dunbar did this season, and I'm open to bringing back that character next season, and the rest will play out later on in these last two episodes in terms of some of our other guest stars. So that's kind of the deal. I hope you dig the finale. Part 1 is tonight, or Act 1 is tonight, and Act 2 is next week. Again, I want to thank FX and Fox 21 and 20th for allowing me the luxury of that second episode and the time to tell to end this season the way I feel like it deserves to be concluded. So I hope you dig it, and I'll try to do a couple more of these. One maybe for next week, and then maybe one to sort of round out the whole season and finish this up. So thanks, and talk to you soon. Thanks, kids.